How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. It's your boy British Chap, aka Dan. We're back with Jessica Jones season 1 episode 6, guys, halfway through the season. Now, guys, if you're a regular to my Jessica Jones reaction, you'll notice I have like grown facial hair probably what seems like in a really quick period of time, being as it only was a week ago since I last uploaded the last video. This is actually from several weeks of not watching Jessica Jones. I've been so busy with university with my assignments, and I've only just gotten the opportunity to actually film a reaction and then obviously edit it. Now, I will be editing this in the same day that I film it, which means happy Saturday to everyone watching this on Saturday, guys, on the day that it comes out. But yeah, guys, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and for everyone else, guys, smash that like button. Let's try and hit a like target. Let's say 25 likes on this video, guys. I think it's so doable, and let's really smash that out of the park, being as we are finally back with Jessica Jones, and I'm assuming this is going to be an insane episode. Now, guys, I'm not just assuming that for no reason whatsoever. I'm assuming that because of the literal intensity of the last episode. It was absolutely insane. If you haven't seen the episode, guys, don't forget to check that one out before this one. I'll leave the link somewhere up here. We finally got some more scenes with Kilgrave and the whole capture process we were waiting for this whole time. But yeah, guys, for everyone that's already seen that reaction and only wants to hear a summary, I'm going to do one right now. Basically, I'm going to try and keep this short and sharp and only talk about a few little details. First things first is Luke Cage. Now, he actually wasn't in the last reaction or the one before even, I don't think. He sort of shifted out of the limelight now. I just wanted to bring that up because I feel like we're going to see him again at some point soon, and it may be this episode. I don't know. I thought he was going to have a really integral part to the series, but maybe that's it. Maybe he really doesn't. Maybe it's in future seasons that he comes back. But I just wanted to mention that I'm kind of expecting some sort of like resolution there, or I actually think he's going to find out in the wrong way. I think Kilgrave might use that to his advantage or something along those lines. But I just wanted to bring that up, that I do expect him to come back sometime soon. Now, in terms of the actual content of the last reaction, guys, basically the whole episode was the capturing of Kilgrave, that whole process of trying to find him, and obviously using what they already know about sedation and the fact that his powers don't work, and that's his vulnerability, to get him into a soundproof room. And that was pretty much the goal of the last reaction. Did that happen? Absolutely not, guys. We know Kilgrave escaped. He's got way too many contingencies in place, and we know this. He's meticulous, he's planned out. The way they've described it is that because he knows that his powers do have limits, because he knows that his powers have vulnerabilities, he goes out of his way to manipulate people or to exploit people in the most basic human ways. Not even with these superpowers, just manipulation. Just as they'd captured him, he managed to get people to turn up, fight them off, take Kilgrave, and take him to a safe location, wherever that is. So yeah, the plan fell through, and that was pretty much the whole point of the last reaction, to show us that he is touchable, but he has contingencies and he's not going to go down easily. It really did feel like we could have maybe captured him at that point and sort of used that soundproof room to our advantage, but it didn't work out, obviously. Now, there's only one more thing I really want to discuss about this reaction, and that is the druggie and the effects that it is now having on Jess and the whole situation. I had a bit of a debate with some people in my comments about how I always forget his name, but how the druggie came to be in that situation with Kilgrave. Now, a lot of people seem to think that Kilgrave made him take the drugs and sort of made him become addicted in a sense to then exploit that without using his powers. But the way I like to see it is that he was already an addict at some point. So way back, maybe as a child, as a teenager, he was addicted to drugs, or someone in his family was addicted to drugs, and he was exposed to that, and it did become a reinforcer to him at some point in his life. That then, for me, would explain the whole desire to be a social worker that we do find out about in the last few reactions, that he wanted to be a social worker. That would sort of explain the motive behind that. You know, he's got the experience and he wants to help people that are going through similar things to him. Now, that was my theory, and then basically the way I like to look at it is Kilgrave has then used his basic manipulation, not his superpowers, because he knows they have their limits, and he has gone and manipulated an ex-addict by giving him that reinforcer again, re-exposing him to that stimuli that he so desperately used to crave, and reigniting that addiction. And for me, that it does show a whole new level to Kilgrave, how sadistic he is, and the level of evil he is willing to get what he wants with Jess, to the point of exploiting someone who's already going through life issues. And for me, that sort of adds this new depth to Kilgrave's character, that despite, you know, he can use his powers all he wants, but he's just as manipulative without them, and he's smart. Let's just say that. He's very, very smart, and he thinks everything out really carefully. For me, it just makes him even more evil, even more hated as a villain. So that was my view on it. Obviously, there's a different view. The polar polar view that I had in my comments about that he was made to become addicted. But for me, this other view, it just sort of adds a whole new depth to Kilgrave's character. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up isn't because I want to talk about that specifically, but it's more because the situation that's now got Jess into. The bit that gets interesting is Kilgrave's threat to Jess after this whole capturing incident. He rings her up and basically says, look, I'm going to have to kill the druggie. I will not go after the druggie if you send me photos every day, if you fuel this addiction of mine, if you fuel this obsession by sending me whatever I want, which it will be whatever he wants, then he won't harm him. And that is just, I mean, Jess is locked up. It's a stalemate. She can't do anything at that point. The only thing she can do is protect her friend, and that is by doing what Kilgrave says. Now, that won't stop there. You know, Kilgrave's asking for a photo every day. Just one photo every day. But we see in that last reaction how obsessed he is. He wants her to speak. He wants to hear her voice. He wants to see her smile. He wants to do all these little things, guys. He's craving them. Those cravings are only going to get worse. And his tolerance, the rush that he gets from these photos, the excitement, that will dissipate over time. It's almost like you get a tolerance for it. The longer this goes on, the more he wants. And at some point it's going to progress to, I want to see you in person, I want to do this, and then he's going to start manipulating her properly, to the point where she's back in his grasp again. I would be very surprised if that's not what happened, guys. But yeah, guys, that was like a really in-depth analysis. It's like over 10 minutes pre-edit, so I'm going to try and stop talking now. Obviously, if you want to hear my full thoughts, go check it out. I really do recommend it. Everything I've just said in way more depth, and so much more as well, guys. Oh god, this is supposed to be a summary. It's been like 11 minutes, so I'm going to have to stop here, and without further ado, let's get straight into the reaction.
The beauty of what he does is that...
so we've got the addiction thing back again.
Can't be explained, so it can't be believed.
It doesn't matter how he does it.
So is he rehabbing well? That's my question.
Your favorite bar? You have to know something.
I know that his powers aren't magic.
Yeah, nah, so that's
How
the
do you
thing.
know that?
He wasn't manipulated with his
I know that
powers.
elves don't exist.
Okay, that doesn't sound like a nice knock at all. Oh, will that be someone after Malcolm?
Who
That's
is
his
it?
name, right? Malcolm.
Luke.
Oh, it's a Luke Cage. I knew bringing him up before this episode was like something I should have
Get in
done.
here.
Just keep your distance, alright? I'm gonna have to kick your ass.
No, you
If
won't.
you didn't kill Gravy, you'd be dead by now.
Oh god, no he will not. Look at him just stare. Okay guys, I want to just point something out that I thought is like incredibly cute. Now that like Malcolm's like not drugged up and he's, you know, you can sort of see his personality coming through, you can see what he's like. The fact that like when this Luke Cage has just turned up at the door, and then Malcolm's like taken off his blanket and he's like, I'll fight you if I have to. It's absolutely adorable. The fact that he's now looking out for Jess after all of that she went through, and he went through as well. I just think that's a really cool part, guys, and potentially the start of really good character development with Malcolm, because now that he's not drugged up, he could become an essential character, and we don't know what he's going to do. I don't know, I just thought it was really cute and I should mention it. I just want to say one thing before I press play again. He said to Jess through the door, I want to hire you. My biggest worry, guys, is this. He now isn't settling on the fact that his wife's died. He's not settling on how it happened, and he's not settling on the scenarios and circumstances around it. My worry is that he's now going to hire Jess to try and figure things out about the mysterious circumstances around his wife's murder. The fact that she did it as well, like how would she get out of that?
I want to hire you.
To do what?
Find someone.
Find who? That's the question. Is this like another side story, or is this to do with Kilgrave?
Kid's name is Antoine Greer. He got in detail on a shark. Disappeared a week ago.
Oh, I see. So this is like
Rena gave money to Antoine
him worried about
on the
him.
shark.
Keep the money. I owe you a favor.
Yeah, that's all fake.
The tension there is still in... Partners, but there's no way that that's not going to go anywhere else. There's no way. Not after everything they've been through.
I just picked up a message from the prison infirmary. Hope Schlottman was attacked.
Oh, this is what happened in the last... Oh. Jess needs to do
God damn
something,
it.
for goodness sakes. I knew it. I thought she was going to put her head through the big glass or something.
Hope Schlottman ends now. I wanted that beat down.
What?
Bullshit.
Why would someone want to be beaten up?
She paid me for it.
What? I'm struggling to I can't even get my words out. I'm struggling to figure out what to say during this whole situation. So Hope allegedly paid someone to beat her up. Why? Maybe she's starting to get reckless. Maybe she's wants to be like sent to like intensive care, or she wants to go to like isolation or something. I can't comprehend or fathom the reasoning behind that. If that's true, that could be all a lie, but poor
You
girl.
hired Sissy with my money to take you out.
Not to kill me.
Oh, so it's not suicidal? What?
God damn it.
Is she
I'm
her,
pregnant.
with Kilgrave?
I can feel it growing
Oh
like
my!
a tumor.
Kilgrave's... Guys, there's no way that that's not Kilgrave's baby. That is insane. Imagine like this hands down his abilities or something to her child or something like that. So what, is she trying to kill her baby? In the sense of like getting people to beat her up to try and like get rid of the baby, or... But the fact that it's Kilgrave's is insane. Absolutely mental. I would never, ever in a million years have guessed that that was the reason behind this reckless sort of behaviour with the whole paying people to beat her up and stuff. I would never have guessed that. I also would never have guessed that Kilgrave would be like... I'm not saying it's stupid of him because he just doesn't care about the consequences, because he's the sort of person, he doesn't have consequences. But like, I just wouldn't have expected... Maybe he wants a baby? I'm just going to have to keep watching.
Every second it's there, I get raped. Again and again.
Oh.
My parents are shot. Again.
So
and
this is
again.
just trauma reintroducing itself into her life. But I don't think this will let it go away.
You than cause a miscarriage.
Okay, so now she's looking for this other guy, Luke's, the Luke, well, the fact that... Oh, the photos. How many days has it been going on for? So there's a jump now, isn't there? Okay, so someone's there. What's the bit? It's like Luke Cage. As soon as I say
Why don't you
it.
say tomorrow first thing?
Ah, so now they're working together through work.
Schedules, lottery tickets, contest entry forms, optimistic sucker.
Hi, this message is for Antoine Greer. Congratulations.
He's like,
you're
what?
a winner. Give us a call back within 24 hours at
Yeah.
this number, or your Xbox One prize will be forfeited. Bye.
So she's now manipulated him to try and call back.
Are you following me? Did Kilgrave send you?
Oh.
These guys work for Cirques, the loan shark Antoine owes. Didn't I just kick your ass yesterday? So that was you. You want your money? I want to find Antoine. How about we work together?
Okay, I'm just going to quickly pause it because I feel like I haven't done that a lot, and I do want to sort of just lay out what I'm understanding from what's going on. First things first, I just want to say this is fantastic that Jess and Luke are back together, and not in that sort of sense, in like a working sense, and hopefully a friendship sense after the sort of a little bit of a period where they weren't. You can already tell based on the difference between the two, Jess is much more stubborn, much more straight, let's get to the point. Luke Cage is much more sort of charismatic, like he will do things, different things from his powers to get what he wants in a way. But yeah, I think that's perfect because this whole scenario now is that he has hired Jess to find a missing boy. I actually think it's going to be his son. I wouldn't be surprised if that's his son. And that's why he's gotten Jess, because he knows that she delivers, and the fastest and the best way of doing so is through Jessica Jones, as we know. But yeah, in terms of what I think this means with like Kilgrave, I actually don't think it means anything. I think this is a complete side story, if I'm being honest. Kilgrave is just doing his thing, asking Jess for the photos, and he hasn't really had a big part in this episode or anything. He doesn't really sort of gotten involved. Maybe this is where he starts going a bit quiet because of Jessica's like obedience to him. Maybe he sort of goes into the shadows a bit and we focus on other side stories. I don't know, but this is an interesting one.
Look,
Oh, is this Malcolm
You got a
now?
problem with me?
depends whether your interest in Jessica is actually your interest.
He's looking out for her. Yes.
Have you been approached by a British guy?
Are you high?
I wish.
Look, if you got a thing for a man,
Luke Cage again. This is Malcolm would have told him. Malcolm would have told him everything, and now he's going to help with Kilgrave. Hopefully. The only thing I'm worried about, like I said way back in my other reactions, guys, is he strong enough to withhold the mental like manipulation of Kilgrave?
You didn't do anything wrong.
Kilgrave did something
It's
wrong.
Me, I'm a piece of shit. You have no idea what I've done.
doesn't matter. It was him.
Okay guys, he seems like the way he's saying it to her now is he's adamant that no matter what she did, it wasn't her, it was Kilgrave, so he wouldn't blame her and he cares about her and he still wants to be with her. But that's the thing. The last thing he'll be expecting is Jess to say, I killed your wife. And I'm telling you now, if she says that to him, he will not have the same forgiving energy that he's got right now. I'm really happy that this whole scenario is working out and how they're talking about this whole thing. I'm just happy that they're sort of discussing Kilgrave finally and like they're on the same page somewhat. I have to say, I'm not looking forward to the confrontation where, like, she tells him the truth because I don't know how he would react. Here we go. Back at it again.
Antoine, congratulations. We'll deliver your prize today at 3 p.m. What's your address?
So she's got the address. Good on her.
Okay, you'll have to be there to sign for it.
It's just something I need. Proof my wife's death wasn't an accident.
Oh. What did I say? Guys, this is really, 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 really bad. Really bad. Because what did I say just before? That what are the odds that this whole looking for this guy has got something to do with the mysterious death of his wife? They have information about his wife's death, so he's doing this to get that information. But the issue is that him now telling Jess this is going to ruin the whole scenario. She is not going to want to work with him because it was her that did it. She wants to tell him, and she's going to need to tell him before he finds out, because once he finds out, there will be no forgiving if she doesn't mention something. And even if she does mention something now, think about it. How long has it been that she's known about this and not told him?
Told me to go to a warehouse on 14th and 8th. She said she buried something where the foundation was being poured.
Oh.
I dug until I couldn't feel my hands.
Oh my god, it was Jess that buried it. This is not going to end well at all. Holy shoot. USB. Oh, God, guys. This is not going to end well. What the heck has she got to do with Kilgrave? Like, was she like a... I can't think of what she could be. What could that be on that USB file? Guys, usually I'm really good at like piecing together theories and thinking of like, this could be what happened or that could be what happened. Right now, I think this is the first time in this series. The only thing I'm thinking about is like, what the hell is going to happen when Luke Cage finds out? I have no theory. I can't even think of a theory. It's what is on that USB file. Why Serena was even to do with Jessica and Kilgrave in the first place. I can't think of what Luke Cage has to do with any of this. I can't think of what any of them have to do with this other than Jess and Kilgrave. She's late. Like... Oh! That's creepy as. Little, like, few minutes late and then...
You'll be sick as shit for about 8 hours, so I need you to be 1,000% sure.
Oh wow, so she's definitely sure.
I need to go.
I'd like to buy your house.
Wait, why can't he
Like
just...
I said, it's not for sale. Now move your foot.
What's going on?
You are going...
Is this what I think
Give
is
this to
happening
me
right
in
now?
exchange for your beautiful home.
Okay guys, this is a point that I have to pause it. My theory now, so see now the theories are coming. He's looking for a house. He's trying to settle down. Part of me feels that Kilgrave just wants to live a normal life. Maybe his powers is like, maybe that's like an addiction. That would be insane. Maybe him saying to people, you will do this, you will do that, you need to do this. Making people do things. Maybe that's an addiction that he's trying to get out of. And he could just say to this guy, you will give me your house. He's going, no, he's not even using his powers. Like, this guy's full on denying him. And he's like, look, I'll show you this money. Is that what this is? Is he like trying to stop using his... I don't know. Is it just me? Like, maybe that he's trying to prove something to Jess?
There is one condition. You have to have moved out of here by the end of day tomorrow.
Whoa!
You choose to sign.
What's this got to do with anything? Is that what I think it is? Yeah, it is.
Sweet Christmas.
Oh god, not the first time we've heard him say that. Oh!
Antoine Greer, you're coming with me.
So he ran away from home to work in a pot business. Is that what that is?
And your sister. Let me keep Antoine. All of this is yours.
What? I don't renegotiate.
I'm not gonna hand him over.
Then I'll take both.
Oh. You're gonna get your ass kicked, boy. Oh. So I guess other than getting the information for Luke Cage from that Serena person, that had literally no benefit whatsoever on what? I'm confused. So that whole story just wasn't even like, he wasn't even in that much danger. So I guess the only thing to think about now is what does this mean for the information that she has apparently about Luke Cage's wife's death? What could she have possibly?
Give me whatever you promised, Luke.
What could she possibly
What
have?
to Mr. Cage?
Guess I should get used to you bailing on me.
Oh.
I had Antoine in hand. The priority was getting him home.
Charles Wallace.
Wait,
Charles
what?
Wallace. He was a bus driver.
I'm so confused.
The asshole was drunk. He got liquored up, went to work and killed my wife.
Oh. Nah. She needs to say something. She can't keep hiding this from him.
He's gonna kill that man.
What do you mean?
Wait, what?
Why would you say that?
The MTA covered it up. Wallace's blood alcohol test never even made it to the file.
Oh.
Why the hell would they do that?
Charles Wallace is still driving the same route listed in that
Oh
file.
my god. Okay, guys, can I just, like, say this right now? She wasn't going to tell Luke Cage before about this whole scenario. If she was just going to let it end, she's going to tell him now, without a doubt in my mind. She's just got information about how that was forged, and, well, presumably Luke Cage now knows that, right? So he's now going to go after that guy and try and kill this guy that killed his wife, despite it being Jessica. Now she's going to go after him, after Luke Cage. And she's going to have to explain herself. She's going to have to say something. And this just proves my point about, like, how he would react when he finds out who it is. Imagine he found out it was Jess.
Time's up.
Oh!
You can't kill him.
The hell I can't.
Oh my god. Even she can't stop him.
Charles didn't kill your wife.
I knew it. This is it. This is the situation. Holy sh... He is fuming.
I was at that warehouse because Kilgrave and I took her there.
Oh, no way.
She's known this whole time. God.
He made her tell him where it was.
Luke Cage does not look happy right now.
He forced me
To kill her. I told you, there's no way.
Before the bus even got there, the driver swerved to miss her body.
Oh. And she looked scared, genuinely.
You slept with me.
That's the horrible thing about it. All this time she's known. I knew that whole interaction about whatever he made you do, you're not a bad person. I know it wasn't you. I know. I forgive you if it was. Basically, what he said is it doesn't matter what she's done. He would still be there for her. I knew that was going to be like precursing, like her saying it to him, and then him not, upholding that promise that he'd said. She obviously didn't do these things for the wrong reason, but not telling him is something that's going to, like, completely taint all of those things that she did. Because now he's going to look at that and go, what is wrong with you? Like, all this time you've made me feel like I could get better, but you're the reason that it's all happening in the first place, sort of thing. And he's blinded to the fact that it was Kilgrave, because Jess is in front of him.
I was wrong. You are a piece of shit.
Oh! And as usual, guys, as usual, after all of the good Jess does, and all of the stuff, as good of a person she is, the only person that wins is Kilgrave.
He made me do that keep me up. He turned me into an addict, a liar, a thief.
Oh.
He did that.
He turned him into an addict.
But I don't know if it was in me to begin with.
Yeah. So that's what I was...
Part of who I am now.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about with him. I'm only going to pause this really, really quickly, guys. Like I was having a debate with people in my comments. So he's just said Kilgrave turned me into an addict, right? But he wasn't sure if it was already there in the first place. Which for me, right, that exact line right there explains to me that drugs were already a risk factor for him. If you think of risk factors in people's development and how they go on to treat themselves and things they do in their lives, there's these risk factors, and what he's saying there is he doesn't know if it was in him all along to be an addict. He's probably pre-exposed to stuff. He probably had past experience and with drugs, not necessarily being addicted to them, but with drugs in general, and then Kilgrave's exploited that. Kilgrave has noticed that in him and then manipulated it. I honestly believe that is what Kilgrave's intention was. I don't think his intention was to find any old person and make a drug addict. I think his intention was to do that to someone like Malcolm, who was already predisposed to these risk factors and therefore wouldn't need to use his powers. That is my honest opinion about that, guys. I believe that this was not like an opportunistic sort of picking. I believe that he did this and he picked Malcolm based on factors and based on past history and risk factors that Malcolm has.
Collect what you can. Deliver it to the lab at this address.
Whoa. What? Why does she want that? My question is, has she been in affiliation with Kilgrave this whole time?
Tell me, are you happy with our deal?
You bet. I didn't think we'd get everything packed up, but the kids made a game.
Leave now.
There are the powers. So he wanted to do this all the right way and then just get back to his business. Bloody hell. I am almost certain that he must have lived there in the past. Jessica's old house. Oh my god. Here's me thinking that this is like part of his history. This is Jess's old house. That's how obsessed he is. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there you go. Higgins and Birch, the roads that she repeats. What the heck will Kilgrave do next? Bloody hell. Not a whole lot to discuss. The biggest thing is obviously the very ending with Luke Cage and his situation with Jess. And the biggest thing that really gets to me about that whole scenario is it's none of Jess's fault. I guess obviously maybe she should have told him sooner, which we did say that if he found out the wrong way, things wouldn't be good, and they're not good. Things have ended badly. Luke Cage just walked off fuming. He sort of said to Jess, "You're a horrible person, and you did this to my wife," pretty much. He's restrained himself. He hasn't like hurt her or anything that badly. But that relationship seems to have completely crumbled now that he's found out. No matter how far away she gets from Kilgrave, she still feels the effects of what he did to her and what he made her do. But yeah, guys, basically that episode was just sort of resolving a new side story, which obviously ultimately led to Jess telling Luke Cage about the scenario. But we don't really need to talk about that whole situation. It's ended badly. You saw me react to it, and I'm just hoping that they sort of resolve it in some way. The biggest thing that I do want to talk about outside of all those things that did happen was what Kilgrave's now doing. Now, he's just sort of accepting images from Jess every day, and he's sort of restraining from getting involved with her life. Now, the biggest movement forward for Kilgrave was the fact that he's now purchased the house that Jess grew up in. And for me, that I honestly thought that what he was doing in that whole situation was just trying to find a house for himself, perhaps something that he was attached to. But it's just fueling the obsession again. What did I say about the photos? The photos were never going to be enough to satisfy those cravings. Eventually, he would need more. Here's me thinking that Kilgrave may be trying to curb his powers. He may be trying to do these things for Jess and all this sort of stuff. I mean, he could still be trying to do this for Jess. I don't know. I don't know, guys. What can I say? His obsession is on fire right now, and it's only going to get worse. The character development we're seeing with Malcolm is really, really cool, guys, with his development as a character from obviously pre-Kilgrave, post-Kilgrave, and what happened with Kilgrave. Like I was having a discussion in my comments the other day with a bunch of people, what I've sort of gathered now is that Kilgrave exploited Malcolm, not because he was just any random person, because he detected these risk factors and these predispositions that he may have had. And he's admitted that they may have been there all along, and then he's manipulated that, given him this reinforcer, and gotten him addicted to drugs. So really both theories have sort of merged in a way. I'm hoping now that he's on this track to redemption and sort of getting off of addiction, I'm hoping that now this is the start of his new journey, and obviously the way he's protecting Jess just shows us how much he's changed already. But yeah, as ever, character development's always insane with shows like this, guys. Jess, Luke Cage, and everything. The whole story is mental. I really enjoyed this reaction. If you also enjoyed it, guys, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for new content coming every single week. Also, guys, if you don't follow my Instagram, what are you doing? You need to follow that Instagram, guys. Literally all updates about my channel go onto that Instagram, including previews, discussions, talk to me directly, everything on that Instagram, guys. British Chat with 2 P's. The link is in the description below. You know how it goes, guys. As ever, this has been your boy, British Chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.